how horrible they are. So I got this. This was from the Majority Report, and Emma Vigilant and the crew were going over this. So this Senator Kennedy, John Kennedy, John Kennedy. He's a Republican. He talks like he's Foghorn Leghorn. He's got the all shucks kind of, Kentucky sound, right? I want you to remind you, this guy's a Republican, but he's also went to Oxford and he's a Rhodes Scholar. So he just plays an idiot to get elected, but he's actually a very smart man. But this is him getting basically slapped down over a question about childcare. So we'll start it in the middle of his questioning.
Bill right now, I think it's paid for to try to cap the cost of insulin for everybody, including the uninsured, at $35. But, you reach the point where you say, we can't do everything. So the fair question is, where's the money going to come from, Doc?
The majority of federal revenue comes from taxes, so if you need more money, you'll have to raise taxes. I'll remind you, sir, that we have had 2 massive $1 trillion tax cuts in the past 20 years, and they have done nothing to make childcare more affordable. They have done nothing to help the casualty and property insurance that you were talking about today. They have not been invested in children, and we have not seen that return. I mean, the 2001 tax cuts have now had 22 years to prove that they could solve the social issues that you and your fellow senators say that are a priority, and I don't think we could point to evidence to say that they have worked. I would love for you to give child care 20 years. I would love for you to say, let's take 2 decades of runway, invest it in young children, and see what kind of return that I could get. But we've never given children or the child care sector as much runway as we've given taxes. And I'll remind you that the estate tax exemption right now is $13 million.
Well, let me say thank you for the honest answer.
Does he say more? Play it. I want to hear.
So we'll pause it for a second. But yeah, can you believe that? What a great answer. She's right. You've given tax breaks. That didn't work. It hasn't helped children at all. Why don't you give me 20 years with the funding I need and see what kind of return I can get? But we don't ever do that experiment. Why? Because you always should vote it down. And why do you vote it down? Because you're like, how are we going to pay for it? Meanwhile, you're cutting taxes for the rich. What has that done? I mean, she's right. I mean, it's such a simple answer. And he's got nothing. Well, thank you. Watch him try to tap dance out of this shit. And they're going to rib him because this is just bad.
Hear more. I literally want to see him attempt to get out of this.
In another venue, perhaps, or another time, we can debate what that tax reform did for the economy. But I've got another subcommittee here, so I'm going to turn it back over.
I mean, that's incredible. You could only get out of it by doing the folksy thing.
It's like the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Looney Tunes
running away sound effect.
Yeah,
like Wile E. Coyote trying to get going.
Exactly.
But it was succinct. I mean, but that's what I got another meeting. I got to go. I can't, I'd love to discuss this further, but I got another meeting. And I don't want to admit that I really want to cut benefits for children so that I can get more tax breaks for my donors. I mean, that's
honestly kind of a tough sell if you put it that way.
Well, I mean, if they said what they actually wanted, no one would vote for it. We've gone through it so many times.
I mean, yeah, we've talked about this before. It's like you go and say, well, I want to make your grandma's Social Security check smaller, and I want to take food out of children's mouths, and I want to take people off their health insurance. And like, you start saying all that stuff, and people are like, wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Let's see. So let's see. World Bank. Okay, they did a review. The private average global rate of return on 1 year, extra year of schooling, 9% a year for the rest of that person's life. One extra year of schooling.
Wow.
And kids return 9% per year to the economy. Yeah, they don't want to hear it because the evidence is all against them. But I thought that was just amazing to watch him try to weasel his way out of that. Well, I got myself another subcommittee meeting, so I can't stick around.
I got to be an appointment.
Yeah, I'm just a simple Kentucky House representative or senator. I just happen to be a Rhodes Scholar that went to Oxford and Harvard. but I'm just a simple man, a man of the people, you know. Fucking asshole. You say tax cuts are the problem. I say cut food stamps.